What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle. Today in the world of indie games, we're going to be fooling around with Abiotic Factor. This is one of the titles that I've been looking forward to the most. This one was kind of a sleeper hit for me. This was a game that came out of nowhere and ultimately ended up being the survival game that I was looking forward to the most. If you've never seen Abiotic Factor before, this is a game where you are a scientist who is trapped inside of a Black Mesa facility or a Black Mesa-styled facility, and the goal of the game is to work your way on out. So we've got like little elements of sort of like an XCOM agency here where you are investigating something from the other side. Everything goes wrong on your first day at work, and now you're trying to survive inside the facility by scrounging, by trying to find things around, and by fighting your way through a massive horde of xenomorphs. If after watching this you wanted to get the game for yourself, it's going to be out in early access very, very shortly. I will have a link for you down below in the description so that you can check that out. On top of that, you can also find a link to my Discord and my Twitch stream. Really solid chance that I will be streaming this on the day that the video goes live, but let's dive straight on into the title. What am I doing right now in Abiotic Factor? Well, I've built up a little base. I'll show you that in a little while. This game does incorporate base building inside the facility, but I need to get to like the third floor, and if I can get to the third floor, I'm really bad at shooting, by the way. This is what level 0 shooting looks like right there, in case you were wondering. That's exactly what taking no skill points in shooting does. I don't know if crouching's gonna help, but I need to hit this thing. Maybe I can get lucky and I can, like, net him. I don't know. This little alien guy over here's got to go, though. Hey, we got him. All right, and I got 17 accuracy points. Do I get my arrow back? I don't think I get my arrow back. Let's chop him up and make dinner real fast. There we go. A little bit of alien dinner ready to rock. We got a locked door right there. What's going on this way? That one's locked right there as well. I haven't really fooled around with kicking doors too much just yet, but I suppose we can try to kick that one. Nope, door won't budge. Door won't budge. But this is a survival RPG, and actually a fairly in-depth one. There's a lot of things to play around with inside of this title. It's one of those games where you kind of just meander and wander around and collect things, and new crafting recipes will show up. As you build stuff and as you do things, you're going to end up getting new blueprints. The game's got a fun little mini game it makes you play to try to figure out how to make a new blueprint or how to make a new item. There's a supply closet. Is there anything good in here? Oh, it's behind me, isn't it? Okay, it was behind me. I don't know if I can hit this dude, but I need to level up my shooting, so, like, I'm gonna try. All right! Hitbox gave us a little bit of a freebie right there. The crossbow hits, like, 10 times as hard as any other melee weapon that I have in the entire game, but I'm not very good at it, so it's kind of like a pain in the ass. We got, like, a test tube over there. We got a soil bag for farming. Bunch of hydrochloric acid that I don't think we're gonna need just yet. How's my shooting skill moving along, by the way? Not very quickly. Not very quickly would be the answer to that question. It may be more effective just to, like, run up on him and blap him in the dome piece. I'm gonna let him do his... There we go. I'm just gonna point blank him from now on. I realize that that completely and totally undoes the entire point of having a crossbow, but it may become necessary. Ooh, I got him with that one, though, dude. My reflexes aren't as bad as I thought they would be. All right, you come over here. Yep, and then I point blank you. We get the 20 XP. Come here. You come here, too. There you go. Fling yourself up. Oh, no! He moved, as aliens tend to do. The game is full of humor. It's made by, as far as I can tell, a team in New Zealand that are quite a group of funny people. Like, the opening to the game is pretty humorous and a little bit kind of, like, underwhelming. Like, everybody here seems to be sort of overworked and pissed off about it. And so let me break these open right here. I need more cloth scraps. All right, did I reload the crossbow? Let me get the blicky all nice and fed, but I don't think there's anything back that way. I do have a map of the facility around somewhere. But realistically, where I'm trying to go right now is I'm trying to find my way up to level 3. It looks like we've got a ladder right there. That might actually be our guy over here by the pool. Or it may just give us access to this upper level. Let's see what's going on here. But really, the focus of the game is exploration, like you moving through a facility and trying to find your way around. We got another one of these little dudes over here. All right, jump at me. There we go. Oh, no! I need a reload. I need a reload. He might just, like, fling himself off an edge over here. There we go, dude. I need this accuracy level up real bad because being able to tango with enemies from further away would be huge. The aliens in this game, they deal a lot of damage. Getting hit by them is very, very stingy, and you're going to hate it all the way through. There we go. Get him right there. So I'm trying to work on, like, any form of ranged combat that I possibly can right now, even if it sort of, like, exposes me and puts me at risk. It's back inside this little area. I don't like areas where I need a flashlight, man. Areas where I need a flashlight, very risky. I do want that giga glue, though. Oh, dude, there's another one. How dark is it in here? Pretty dark is the answer to that question. Ugh, reload the gun, dude. Reload it! There we go. God, dude, I'm trying to get this level 1 accuracy so bad right now. Along the way, you're going to find blueprints. You're going to build a base. But right now, I need an anvil. Otherwise, I'm completely and totally stopgapped as far as my crafting recipes go. So until I find an anvil, I'm a little bit stuck. They said an anvil was available on the 3rd floor. Apparently, the engineering team borrowed the anvil for some repair or something that was going on. Unfortunately, I've been trying to find my way up to the 3rd floor, but there's a lot of aliens around. And the complex is fairly sprawling. Like, it shows a good piece of attention to game design. What does that do? Oh, it's got like a little lift ladder thing going on. I bet I could get a bunch of staplers and stuff inside that little office area. How's my shooting? Is my shooting about to hit level 1? How many arrows do I have left? 8 arrows. Well, I'm not in love with this whole situation. At least I got better at reloading, so that's good. This guy's going to be waiting for me down here, isn't he? All right, he's going to get a hit off. We're going to fall back for a second. I don't think I can sprint and reload. So we're just going to have to figure that out as time goes along. Oh, it didn't finish the reload, dude. Finish the reload. You got to be kidding me, dude. Yeah, do your little charge thing, bro. There we go, man. Get him with that right there. I'm bleeding right now. The game does have a positional damage system that you need to be aware of if you want to be successful. All right, that guy's dead, but now I'm bleeding profusely. Let me go ahead and hit myself with a bandage here. I'm also caked in blood, unfortunately. I'll come back for you in a second. You just give me a minute. You give me a minute, we're going to sort this out. Where you at? Yeah, there he is. I need him to, like, hit a wall, though. There we go, dude. Okay, so what are we looking at here? Like, what do we have going on inside the facility? Many, many aliens is what I think we have going on. You come this way, jump into the wall. There we go. Perfect. Did that give me level 1 aiming, by the way? I do have level 1 aiming. So these are all the skills that are in the game right now. A lot of them were blacked out the last time we checked out the demo. And so it's been nice to see how this is developed over here. There's a lot of nice things. I mean, everything from allowing you to zoom when you aim to things of that nature. Sprinting, taking less energy, your food meter going down slower, all that kind of stuff. Level 1 aiming does not appear to have helped that much, so I still think we're probably going to have to spend a little bit of time getting this thing finished off and, like, getting some more points in it, but that's life. We got tech scrap over here, a couple stacks of money. There will be vending machines and stuff that you'll find around the facility that allow you to purchase snackies, just in case you get yourself hungry. We got potatoes, and it looks like we've got tomatoes in there. All right, this guy right here, I don't know what I want to do with him. We do have a stove on this side, but I don't really want to build in this area because I feel like that's going to end up poorly for me. There is a positional damage system in the game. As I mentioned, different body parts can get wounded. You're going to need splints. You're going to need various ways to fix like a broken arm or a broken leg. I threw myself off a cliff a little while ago in order to get away from an alien and broke my leg. Ask me how I know that you can break your legs and whatnot.
Feel my blood sugar falling.
All right, I'll work on it. Don't worry about it. We're going back to the main central hub area anyways because I don't... Wildlife pens. Why would you even have those inside of here? Good Lord. There's like all these little wings to the facility. You are going to have to look around and investigate if you want to find what you got going on. This is my base right now. I've got a couple of storage crates, and I've pretty much just got myself a crafting bench that I'm fooling around with. I need to make the cooking pot. I think I also need to make like a energy brick or a battery or something for later on. There's like a forklift or something down in maintenance that I need to put a battery inside of so that I can move it. If I get some metal scrap, though, we can get a cooking pod maybe and I can start making some food. You are going to harvest a lot of things off a lot of the foes that you're going to be dispatching while you're running through this game. Let me do some inventory management real fast, and then we'll worry about the rest of it in just a second. There is no crafting out of chests, in case you were wondering. You are going to have to sift through everything in order to get it situated. But I needed metal scraps in order to make this little cooking pot, which is the thing that I think I was the most interested in. Oh, I needed staplers as well. All right, where are my staplers at? There's my staplers. But there's kind of like this little, I'll show it to you here. So if you've got like objects that create an item, you can go through and you've actually got to puzzle through this little mini game right here to figure out what stuff goes where. It might even be Giga Glue, but we'll give this a try up front. And when you think about it, it's going to tell you what you got right and it's going to tell you what you got wrong. And by process of elimination, you can figure out how to make a peccary club, just in case you wanted a club with like 90% more pecker. That's not what we came here for, though. Let's go ahead and we'll make the cooking pot. I don't know exactly how the cooking pot's going to work. It looks like if we find various items as well. Ah, there we go. So there's an item transporter in there that will allow you to craft out of your inventory, but we need like alien parts in order to make that happen. We can also make the bench heat up if we can find a heater because it does get cold. So the facility has like shifts. At 8 o'clock every night, they turn out all the lights and they turn off all the heating because apparently a government facility like this requires a lot of PG&E bills. And so once they do that, it's going to get a little bit cold and a little bit nasty. I've got my cooking pot right here. What do I do with it? Speaking of which, there's our notification that they're about to shut down the facility. I've got like an alien hawk over here that I can eat, and I think I've got one right there. Memorizing chunks of the facility that have things that you're going to require in order to survive is a really good idea. So, for example, back inside the cafeteria, there's a bunch of cooking stations and stuff. I was hoping that this was our cooking station and that we would just put it on the ground and hook it up to the power grid through those two little tongs on the sides, and it would heat up, but I don't think it works like that. There is a kitchen back here in this area. If I can avoid waking up aliens, that would be the ideal way to do this, but I don't know if we're going to be successful in that regard. There we go. We'll just wipe him out real quick. Oh my god, there's another one. My health is kind of low and gross right now, too. He's got a chef's hat. There are various outfits and things that you can find all over the facility. These things that you find all over the facility are going to allow you add a pot of soup. I don't know if I can actually, like, do that right now. We may have to take the frying pan and just put that over there. And then I guess we'll cook a raw beast rump. The first roast beast is done. Apparently, I get very mild radiation when I eat this. Hopefully, it's not too bad. I'm just going to do it. You've been exposed to radiation, and you feel nauseous. All right, well, I'm not going to, like, fix it until I've eaten my fill. You can find your core attributes over here. You fill up these meters, you'll be all good to go. You've got everything from, like, needing to go to the toilet to needing to sleep at night. And so you will have to track down bathrooms from time to time. Otherwise, you soil yourself and you get filthy. Now that I have partooken in the entire alien roast beast, I think it's time for us to sleep for a little while. I'm going to have to track down a water cooler in order to get our water meat. Oh, there's one right there. Well, I guess that solves that. Looks like the facility came back online. I was up all night cooking? Man, that took a while. All right, well, let's go ahead and lie down for a minute. We'll get ourselves filled back up. You play like a mini game right here. The mini game's going to dictate like how fast you sleep, basically. So as you can see right here, every time we jump over one of these little guys, it's going to give us a little bit of our fatigue back. Hopefully we don't sleep all day. I would prefer to not be like on an opposite schedule. And then I need to take care of my iodine tablets as well to get rid of my old radiation tingle. If you're noticing little white spots all over the screen, little white spots all over the screen mean I'm in an irradiated area, but we should be good because I'm wearing a lead vest right now. So everything should be cool on that front. I guess the pot is not like a mobile cooking device. I guess it's just like a thing that you can put on top of the stove like anything else. So we'll throw everything on in there. I think I have the stuff, I think for the peccary club. Yeah, I just need like a phone. Do I have any phones around here? I do have phones around here. I don't know why I was looting telephones, but hey. You ever find it weird that every office has those exact same conference phones? Like, all across the world, dude. I've been watching TV shows from other places. And, like, every single one of them... Oh, apparently I can't use this effectively. Oh, okay. I must have taken a strength bonus or something like that when I played the game last time. That was my strength look, and it's at, like, not that great. All right. You got to carry weight above this little yellow meter right here if you want to level up your strength. There's a lot of things here that are very clearly inspired by other tangential survival games. Let's get back on out there, dude. This level 3 floor isn't going to find itself. You will occasionally also find other scientists in the facility. I haven't, like, done anything with them yet. I think if you give them food, they hang out with you, and they squad up with you, and they'll, like, fight enemies and stuff, but I haven't really played around with the system a ton. Okay, I don't know what just happened to me, but I shot that thing in the face. A carbuncle. Do I want a carbuncle? I mean, it gave me a vacuum and a carbuncle's crown. You will find scientists that are not allies as well. You will find scientists that will teach you how to craft stuff. If you see a computer powered on, my recommendation would be to definitely check that out. Typically, you get blueprints and stuff from things that are turned on. You'll go through people's emails, and they'll talk about how everybody was making, like, hornets or, like, stingers. I don't know if you had those when you were in high school, but they're basically improvised crossbows. Where does this go? Button doesn't seem to work right now, so that goes up to C-Suite. All right. Got him. That's going to go back to the biolab. Okay. This place is kind of labyrinthine. You're going to have to get used to it. Got him with that one. No idea how I made that shot, by the way. But I'm not exactly sure where I'm heading right now. Oh, no. Hold on, we'll deal with this in a second. I think I need to get back to that centralized office area that I was in, but if I can't do that, we're going to struggle a little bit. If he's coming right at me, is he an easier target? Yeah, he is. There you go. And we're getting like a fat grip of XP for killing these little dudes.
To defecate.
My man needs to drop a dookie. My man's got a load on deck, bro. Well, there's a bathroom right here, so we can make that happen. I'm not even going to close the door. I'm going to be an absolute savage about this thing. You can ease the passage of your dookies by playing a mini game while taking a poopy, in case that's the kind of selling factor that gets you into video games. Apparently, I have really bad aim when it comes to duking right now. That's what I'm learning. All right, we're all good. I'm going to drink the sink water to keep myself topped up. We're going to reload this bad boy. There we go. Got him too. There's a karate helmet. What do I have on? A chef's helmet? That gives me defense. I'm going to put that on because I don't like being horrifically wounded. We've got a data farm back this way that I think we should probably investigate. A salt shaker? I don't have one yet, so I guess I'll take it. Go ahead and shoot him in the face real fast. All right, this is exactly where we left off. We need to be chill, though, while we're moving through here. We all got to be good little Fonzies. So there's another, like, tiger monster beast over there. I don't really want to mess with tiger monster beasts at the moment. I'd prefer one of my arrows that I can't get back right there. You can't break stuff, by the way. You've got a hammer. You can go through and by right-clicking on random objects, it's not always going to give you the highlighted option. Oh, it's you. It's not always going to give you the highlighted option, all right? But you can break down just about everything in the game into its core constituent parts if you wanted to get things put together. There is a narrative. There is a storyline. There is all voice acting inside of here. I get the feeling that this team really knows what they're doing when it comes to game design, and that the visual kind of Half-Life 2 or Half-Life 1 presentation of the game was 100% kind of like a conscious decision in order to conjure up some of that nostalgia. We got, like, money's good. Money's really, really good for when the food runs dry, and I just got to buy something from the snack machine real fast. Take the cloth as well. We can also get nets that we can throw on the enemy. It's up to you if you want to use that or not, but it does lock them down and stun lock them for a minute so that you can deal with them. Grab the pens. I don't know if I need the phone right now. Oh, my God. He's right up in my business. I didn't expect him to be that close. It looks like we've actually got, like, an interactable computer over there, so we should probably check that out, too. Hello? Little hungry critter monsters, are you in here? Ow, my face. That's cool. That's cool. Where'd he go? There we go. You are absolutely filthy and can get sick more easily. I'm going to have to find a bathroom and wash up or something. Nothing inside of there except for paper. Email terminal. Let's see. The dog thing. We caught a dog thing and we called it a peccary. And it'll probably have a picture of it. Yep, there it is right there. And it looks like I'm concerned people have been working extra hours and not returning the resident sector each evening. I've been hearing some of them built beds down there. Yeah, it's pretty much what I did. I moved a couch into my little base area so that I could sleep. Do you think WWF wrestling is real or are they just acting? Why would everybody cheer if it's fake? I mean, that's the Macho Man Randy Savage, though, brother. Like, you better put some respect on it. Backpack over there. I already have a backpack, so I'm not too concerned about it. We've got a Kiz Cola. It will fill my thirst by 40, but it's also slightly irradiated, like everything else in here. Don't need staplers for right now. Take the $1. What else you got rattling around in here? We got any more computers that are interactable? Can I wash up at this? Ow. Stop that. Now I harvest your flesh. I'm going to wash myself real fast so that I don't get sick. Your character does accumulate debris and detritus as you fight your way through the facility. It is animated. It is on your character. Oh, there is another computer over here. Maybe that one's not interactable, though. That one's not interactable. All right, so we got some Giga Glue right there. Looks like there's like a secondary area back in there, but I'm trying to avoid conflict right now. Like, I'd rather not beef with like everything in the area, but we do want to make mental note of the water coolers in here in case we have to get water at some point. Storage is open. All right, let's go for storage. Ooh, med box. Nice. Iodine tablets and some bandages. Definitely take that. These right here are little holograms that you'll find from time to time of the guy that ran the base facility. He'll give you like little introductions to what's going on in different departments.
This is Dr. Derek Mance. One of the most interesting aspects of the 173's life cycle is how rapidly it evolves. The high-energy conditions of our universe compared to the torpid energetics of Antiverse 2 appear to accelerate their growth immensely. It's humbling, if not a little frightening, to watch life forms alter so quickly. The explosion of Antiverse flora in reactors was far from an isolated event. It goes to the very nature of life in that realm.
There you go. So there is voice acting and things of that nature as well that you can interact with. I don't know exactly where I am right now. Doesn't look like I can kick that one open either, but it does look like we have like an upraised area over there. It actually looks like it's a good little chill nook to hang out in. How hungry am I right now? Not that hungry? Okay. I can get some farm puffs. I can get some salts. I can get some Dawes nuts, just in case you're into that. I'm going to get some Dawes nuts. Like some Frosty Boy donuts sound pretty good right now. It's going to fill up my thirst a little bit, but hey, everybody needs a snack from time to time. We snacking out here. I'm a big snacker, all right? I enjoy my snackies. It actually looks like this is just a veranda of some kind to look out on the general area. Okay. Well, I didn't find what I was looking for inside of here, but that's kind of like the entire game. Is that they'll be like, listen, I don't know how to make a battery. I need to find someone that knows how to make a battery. Leg injury, huh? Hurtful. Is there anything down here I can do? Do I have a splint on me right now? I do have a splint on me right now, so at least I can fix it. Dude, if one of those little creepy crawly guys is down inside this tunnel, I'm going to hate it. But this game is very heavily focused on exploration. If you're like an exploration type gamer, you find it enjoyable to sort of look inside nooks and crannies and try to find things, you'll probably dig this game. There we go. Let's shoot him in the butt. Accuracy level 2. I'll take it. I mean, we're still looking pretty ziggy-zaggy on the old laser sight right there. My man came down here and what's he got? So he's dead. A security backpack. Nice. We've also got some ice cream. I can get down on some Ben & Jerry's right now. If this isn't the type of situation where you eat Ben & Jerry's, I don't know what situation you would eat Ben & Jerry's in. We've got boxes of screws. We can build bridges. We can build ramps. Okay. That's locked. So this guy basically died like down in the tunnel system trying to hide from the aliens. I mean, he's got a sicker backpack than what I had, so I'll go ahead and take it. I'm glad that we found it because inventory space is at a premium in this game. Lots of stuff stacks, but lots of stuff doesn't, and you're just going to have to figure out what does and what doesn't. I don't know if I want to be on the upper floor or on this lower floor. Like they said we were trying to get to floor 3, so I'm kind of tempted to go back up top. Like last time I was kind of focused on aliens and stuff when I was up there. So, like, let's go back up. It does look like there's a vent we can crawl in over here that I might have missed. Duct tape is God in this game. Hoard your duct tape greedily. Duct tape is the only thing that allows you to repair your equipment. Otherwise, you got to, like, craft a new one. Look like there's something laying. What is that right there? Little toolbox. Toolbox and something on the other side. What's in the toolbox? Giga glue and duct tape. I'll take it. Hard hat right there. Is that better than the hat that I have? What's up with the hard hat? So the hard hat gives us 3 armor. That gives us 2 armor. Nice. I'll put the hard hat on then. And then we've got another freebie flashlight right there. Go ahead and take that too. You've got this. They got the yellow paint, bro. They got the don't drop down right there. Yeah, it seems like it'll probably break your legs. I don't want to do that at all. And then down on the other end, it looks like they were sealing stuff off with some Giga Glue. Giga Glue. It'll solve every single problem in the world. It does look like there's a zip line or something right here. Sweet, dude. Everybody loves a zip line. That's why every touristy place has zip lines in it, dude. Zip lines are always enjoyable. Who are you?
I thought this might be a safe place to wait until they sorted this out. Whatever this is. Looks like I was wrong. That useless rent-a-cop in the plaza said to go through manufacturing, then head for the surface tunnel, I suppose. But that's a whole sector away. If they think I'm walking all that way through their toxic machine shops, they can think again.
Okay. Thank you for your input on this complex and rapidly unfolding situation. I will take note of it. I need more pens so that I can make more arrows and stuff. Can I break this down? No? I was wondering if I could use the weights to, like, train up my strength or something like that. I don't think it's entirely unfounded and outside the realm of possibility. It could work. What's back this way? Does this just take us back to the main plaza? Okay. So I still got to find whoever it is that knows how to build a power cell for the forklift. But we're in a centralized area right now. There is a map of the area. I did take a map. Unfortunately, I don't know how to look at the map. I haven't figured that part out yet. I'm sure it's around here somewhere. I don't know if I fully scoped out, like, the security stations or anything. There's a guy over here.
I have seen death.
That's it? You've seen death? You don't have anything else you want to contribute to the conversation? Just like maybe, you know, just like a little bit of helpful information for those of us that are still alive and not leaking out our life fluid all over the place? Because I could use a handout here. You got some pretty sick armor. How come none of you guys had, like, machine guns and stuff to, like, deal with this situation? Looks like the security district is locked down right now. Server rooms are going to be back over this way, and it looks like wildlife pens are over there. But we're going to have to figure out the way in which this opens. I already went into the server farm. There's, like, a video log inside of there that you can watch. Inside the manufacturing area, I'm pretty sure we're, like, dead-ended on out. I don't see any vents or anything that I can access over there. This right here is where I need the power cell for so that it opens up that door, and then we can get to, like, the next area. But I haven't been able to, like, sort it out just yet. That looks like a death pit. I don't think I want to go down inside of there. That feels like that's going to have nothing but consequences for my old ankly bits, dude. Looks like there's boxes of bullets inside of there, but I can't get in without a key card. They got me all kinds of jammed up right now. Man. But this is a great game. I like it a lot. The only complaint I think I might have about it is that it can be a little bit wandery. Like, the game doesn't do a fantastic job of telling you exactly where it is that you're supposed to be at any given time. I remember getting stuck on this when I played in the demo, too. I couldn't find the guy. He's in the offices somewhere, like, up in the ceiling. I think it's... You can see him, actually. Like, you can look inside one of the office doors, and you can, like, see him in there. And he's, like, huddled up in a corner hiding. Got security district over here. What does this do? Is that another power cell? Oh, I just need an energy brick for that. Well, maybe I'll go into the security sector then. Maybe that's my next goal. Let's make an energy brick. I know how to make that. It's been on the screen the entire time. We just need like power supplies, and we need like some CPU fans and some other stuff. We should be able to knock that out, no problem. But it's a gradual game. It's a gradual game about unlocking areas and figuring out where you're supposed to go next, and like where all the different areas are. As you get more familiar with it and you get more comfortable with it, you will move around the facility much more easily. This is an easy recommend for me. Everything here basically strikes on all of those areas that I expect the game to strike, and I think it's probably going to be like a surprise hit of the summer. This is a really, really good game. My name is Splattercat. I sift through the pile to find what is worthwhile in the world of indie games every single day, so you don't have to. Today up on the chopping block, we were fooling around with a little title called Abiotic Factor. Tomorrow, we will be fooling around with something else. I appreciate you taking the time to swing on through and check out the content. This was one of those days where my job was very, very easy because the game was rad straight from the get-go. When I played the demo of this, I banged it all out in like, I think 4 hours, and it seems like they've added some more stuff going on here just from like the skill list being entirely unlocked and whatnot. And so, easy recommend. If you're into survival games, you could do a whole lot worse than this one. It seems to be made by a good team that has a lot of different systems running in parallel to one another. I don't really have a lot to complain about except that, like, I want more. Hopefully the early access doesn't end where the demo did. Otherwise, I'm a cry. But I will see you all tomorrow with something hot, fresh off the indie skillet. Don't forget, I'm going to be streaming this game on the day that the video goes live, just in case you wanted to get a more in-depth look and you're feeling as though this video was not enough. I will see you all later. Thanks for hanging out with me, and that's about all I got. Bye, folks.